All right, happy Sunday morning to you. We're hitting at 65% in our last 24 college basketball tier package picks on BrockPage.com. And the good news is we have another college basketball tier package pick going off here today. We currently have over 875 members who are signed up and active on that website. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my safe and secure website at BrockPage.com. Florida State takes on South Carolina, 12 o'clock Eastern start time. The Noles are minus 6.5, totals 137. Florida State's on a two-game losing streak, 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. The Noles are giving up 35 second-half points a game. They're also shooting just 32% from beyond the arc. They're taking on a South Carolina team who won 5 out of their last 6 ball games, and they do a really nice job defensively. The Cox are allowing just 30 first-half points per contest, and they rank in the top 25 in defensive field goal percentage. South Carolina is limiting their competition to just 37% shooting from the field. Now, scoring-wise, Eric Stevenson scoring over a dozen points per contest, along with 3 rebounds. Meanwhile, Will Levesque is averaging double-digit points a game himself, along with 6 boards. South Carolina is in the top 40 in the nation in offensive rebounding. When it comes to the total in this one, the Gamecocks are 7-1 to the under for the entire season. Florida State saw 4 out of their last 7 fall under the line themselves. Give me South Carolina plus 6.5, under 137. Next game, Virginia Tech, Dayton, 2 o'clock East. Virginia Tech's -2, totals 128.5. Now, Virginia Tech has one of the better three-point percentages in the country. They're drilling nearly 41% of their three-pointers, and they rank in the top 15 in the nation in that very category. They're also covering the point spread in 70% of their ball games. Kaveh Aluma scores nearly 15 points a game, along with 6 rebounds. Meanwhile, Naheem Eleni is dropping over a dozen a game himself. 3 rebounds, 2 assists for the guard. Eleni's also making 96% of his free throws. He's also drilling nearly 42% of his three-pointers. But it's actually the defensive play of the Hokies that's been their strength this season. They're in the top 10 in the country in fewest points allowed per contest. They're also in the top 3 in NCAA in defending the 3-ball. Virginia Tech's giving up just 56 points per contest. And they're holding their opponents only 24% shooting from 3-land. They're taking on a Dayton squad who gave up 77 points to SMU in their most recent outing. The Flyers also lost to the likes of Austin Peay and UMass Lowell earlier in the season. Dayton shooting just 32% from 3-land, and they're struggling to rebound offensively. Now, total-wise, the Hokies saw their last 2 straight get over the posted number. Overs against the likes of Cornell and Wake Forest. Meanwhile, Dayton on the other side saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the posted total themselves. 6-2 to the over in their last 8. I'm going to lean toward Virginia Tech -2, over 128.5. Next ball game, Villanova versus Baylor, 3 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Baylor's -4, numbers 138. The undefeated Bears are covering in 75% of their ball games this year. They're allowing only 56 points a game, and they rank in the top 10 in fewest second-half points allowed. Scoring-wise, LJ Ugly Crier is dropping over 15 points a game, along with 2 rebounds, couple assists. Crier's also drilling 48% of his three-pointers. Meanwhile, Kendall Brown is scoring over 13 points per contest himself. 3 rebounds, couple assists for Brown. The Bears are averaging 84 points a game, and they rank in the top 25 in offensive rebounding. They're taking on a Nova team who failed to cover against the likes of Penn and Howard this season. Cats are shooting just 40% from the field away from home. When it comes to the number in this one, Nova saw their last 4 straight all fall under the posted total. Meanwhile, Baylor went 4-2 to the under in their last 6. I'm going to lean toward Baylor -4, under 138. Next contest, Florida, Maryland, 4:30 p.m. East. Florida's -5, totals 136.5. Despite an embarrassing loss a few games ago to Texas Southern, the Gators have actually been really good defensively this season. They're in the top 25 in points allowed per contest. They're also in the top 25 in guarding the 3-ball. The Gators are holding their opponents to just 26% shooting from 3-land. When it comes to the scoring, Colin Castleton is averaging over 15.5 points a game, along with 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, Philandris Fleming is averaging nearly 11 points a game himself, along with 3 rebounds. They're taking on a Maryland team who lost their last 3 straight, 2-7 against the spread in their last 9. The Terps are also scoring only 68 points per contest, and they're shooting only 28% from beyond the arc. Maryland's also making just 40% of their field goals. Now, total-wise, the Terps are 7-2 to the under for the season. Florida's 6-3 to the under themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Florida Gators -5, under 136.5. Next matchup, it is going to be Oregon, Stanford, 7 o'clock East. Stanford's -1, totals 134.5. The Cardinal lost 2 out of their last 3 ball games, 1-6 against the spread overall for the season. Stanford's averaging just 69 points per contest. Meanwhile, defensively, they're letting their opponents make nearly 47% of their field goals against them. They're taking on an Oregon team who won 2 out of their last 3 themselves, top 30 in the country in defensive rebounding. The Ducks are allowing just 64 points per contest. When it comes to the scoring in this one, Eric Williams is averaging just about a dozen points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists for Williams. The forward's also drilling 48% of his 3 balls. Now keep an eye on E. Will, as he's currently questionable for today's game. Meanwhile, Will Richardson is scoring 11 points a game himself, along with 2 boards, 3 assists. Now total-wise, Oregon's last 3 straight all got over the posted number. Meanwhile, Stanford went 3-1 to the over in their last 4. I'm going to lean toward Oregon +1, over 134.5. Next matchup, Rutgers, Seton Hall, 7:30 Eastern tip-off. Seton Hall's -9.5, totals 136. Seton Hall is on a 5-game winning streak, 8-1 straight up overall for the year. The Pirates have marquee victories over the likes of Texas, Cal, and Michigan. Seton Hall's in the top 10 in the country in guarding the 3-ball. They're holding their opponents to just 25% shooting from 3-land. Now, scoring-wise, Jared Rhoden is averaging over 17.5 points per contest, along with 7 boards. Tyrese Samuel's also scoring nearly a dozen a game himself, along with 6 rebounds. Seton Hall scoring over 80 points a game. They've done a real nice job rebounding the basketball offensively. They're taking on a Rutgers squad who's winless on the road this season. They failed to cover the number in 7 out of their last 9. The Scarlet Knights are shooting just 29% from downtown. They're also draining just 40% of their field goals. Now defensively, Rutgers is giving up nearly 82 points a game away from their home court. And they're letting their opponents make 42% of their 3-pointers against them in that same category. And when it comes to the total in this one, Rutgers is 3-0 to the over away from their home court, 6-3 to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, Seton Hall saw 3 out of their last 4 get over the posted total themselves, 4-2 to the over in their last 6. I'm going to lean towards Seton Hall -9.5, over 136. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are hitting at 65% in our last 24 college basketball tier package picks. I like South Carolina +6.5, under 137. Virginia Tech -2 over 128.5. Baylor -4 under 138. Florida -5 under 136.5. Oregon +1 over 134 and a hook. Seton Hall -9.5 over 136. As far as all the other games go, give me Fordham +9 under 137.5. St. John's -7 over 159 and a hook. Indiana -20 under 124.5. Northeastern +3 under 131. William & Mary +7.5 under 133. Iowa State -18 over 127. Florida A&M +13 over 126.5. Hampton +9 under 130 and a hook. I'm also leaning toward Purdue -14 under 144. Give me Marist +3 under 125. I also like Presbyterian +10 under 146. Coastal Carolina +3.5 over 138. Give me SIU Edwardsville +1 under 130. New Mexico -3 over 136. Kent State +12 under 132. Northwestern -21 over 132.5. I also like Wisconsin Green Bay +18 over 125.5. Long Beach State +25 under 145. Give me Lipscomb -6 over 145.5. I also like UC Riverside -5.5 over 134. Give me the Pitt Panthers +1 under 137.5. Iona Gales -4.5 under 142. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are hitting at 65% in our last 24 college basketball tier package picks on BrockPage.com. I'm going to lean towards Seattle -4.5 over 142. And with that, guys, that is going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on BrockPage.com, you're going to get access to those picks all the way through the end of December. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And if you want to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website, you may want to think about signing up for the board member tier, where you are going to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website all the way through the end of December. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.